Can someone already on a TN visa up in the United States change employers? Question of the day. Sarah Wingard here from Wingard Law and Three Amigos Recruiting. Now, Three Amigos recruits Mexican engineers and sci-techs to work up in the United States. We'll put a link down in the show notes below if you'd like to schedule a free consultation with either one of the attorneys at Wingard Law or one of the recruiters at Three Amigos. So back to the question at hand. Can a TN worker change employers? Short answer, yes, you can. There's a few different ways you can do this. If the worker is already in the United States and they prefer not to leave the country, this was a common issue during COVID. The employer can file what's called an I-129 with USCIS and check the box change of employer. Now, you do want to wait until you have USCIS approval before the worker begins working for the new employer. This is really important for the new employer because you don't want to violate the worker's status and work without authorization because a TN is really tied to that specific employer. Now, if the worker files the paperwork with premium processing, which does require $2,500, the U.S. government will adjudicate the petition within 15 calendar days, so it's pretty darn quick. The second way that you can accomplish this, if the worker is okay with leaving the United States, the worker can always schedule a consulate appointment and follow basically the same process they did when they got their initial TN visa. This is for Mexican workers. And then option number 3, the worker can also bring their TN packet to a port of entry and ask the border agent to approve the change of employer. One thing to note is concurrent TN status is a possibility, but only if it makes sense, which means that you can have 2 different TN employers at the same time. It's fine. You do have to get approval for both of those employers, for the worker to work for both of those employers, and it needs to make sense. For example, there's only 24 hours in a day. And so the idea of somebody working 40 hours with employer A and 40 hours with employer B isn't very realistic. And so that is something to consider, but it is a possibility, which goes into our final question that we always get. Is part-time work okay on a TN visa? And the answer is yes. Part-time work is fine on a TN visa. So there you have it. A worker who's already up in the US on a TN visa has a few different options with how to do a change of employer. So Sarah Wingard here from Wingard Law and Three Amigos Recruiting, legally recruiting to save you.